Hi, Kev from Solaire Connect. I'm here to talk to you about the SolarEdge home energy ecosystem. SolarEdge are an innovative solar power manufacturing company that ship products all over the world. Some of their unique features include rapid shutdown for safe DC. Some of their other features include power optimizers, home batteries, EV chargers, and they've even got a whole range of smart appliances to make your solar power system even more efficient than it already is. Right, first up, let's talk about efficiency. So SolarEdge is a really super efficient design, and that's achieved by the DC optimizers under every panel on your roof. Now, SolarEdge is able to achieve around 99% efficiency from its solar production, whereas your standard string inverter is going to be able to get an efficiency ratio of somewhere around 92 to 94%. That's going to equate to around about 6 to 10% more energy for you as a consumer, where you're going to be able to gain more offset on those energy bills, a quicker return on investment, and just a more efficient solar power system. Right, so another really unique aspect of SolarEdge is DC coupling. DC coupling is something that all hybrid inverters can do, but SolarEdge works slightly different to your standard string inverter hybrid. So we're able to actually utilize energy on the DC bus, which basically means that if we're on the AC side of your solar power system, we can consume that 5 kilowatt in your home or business. But where does all the other energy go? If you've installed a battery and maybe you've installed a lot of oversizing, so lots more panels up on your roof, you're actually going to be able to, whilst that battery is still charging, you're going to be able to eke out that extra energy, so 6, 7, 8 kilowatts of power. 5 kilowatts can still come into the house, and that overflow of energy can be flowing into your battery, meaning a much more energy efficient, much more useful use of that energy that is being created and can be created up on your roof, as opposed to a standard string inverter where you're going to get that clipping at the 5 kilowatts, and hopefully you're not using the full 5 kilowatts in your home, or whatever the size may be, and that battery is sitting there not charging. Next up, let's talk about versatility. The versatility of SolarEdge is endless, so you can add on more panels in the future, you can add electric vehicle charging, you can add on multiple batteries. But what I really want to talk about is panel mismatch. So I've done videos in the past of failed systems where we've got lots of panels out in our warehouse waiting to be picked up and removed. And that is a reality that could potentially happen down the road. Now the problem with that is, if you've got a solar power system that was installed 10 years ago, your panels are probably somewhere around 220 watts. 10 years later, today, we're seeing 440 watts as the common size that is used today. If you've got a SolarEdge system and 10 years later you've got a panel failure, you can simply add in any panel from any manufacturer with any cell construction straight into that array. As long as you've got the right optimizer on it, you're good to go. Whereas if you've got a standard string inverter, if you've got a panel failure 10 years down the track, and like we say, the panels are now 440 watts, you can't simply add a 440 watt panel into a string inverter system, because those panels from 10 years ago were 220 watts. So what do? So probably isolate the panel. You've now got a panel that is up on your roof that is dormant, not doing anything for you. That isn't what you want or need. And there's obviously a consumer law issue there as well. Is the panel manufacturer around still today or not? But that's probably another video. In terms of SolarEdge, in 10 years time, if you buy a system today and in 10 years time a panel fails and that needs to be changed and the panel manufacturer is or isn't around, it's irrelevant. We'd simply give you whatever the size panel is today, coupled up with the right optimizer, and away you go. So it's one panel is a liability, not the entire system. And that's just another reason why I really love SolarEdge. Next up, let's talk about safety. Safety is something that we'd like to think is incorporated into every solar power system, and it is. Regulations are a lot tighter today than they was 15 years ago when we first started doing solar. So that's a good thing to look after the home owner or business owner. Now, SolarEdge is able to take it a step further than standard string inverters solar power system. So in the event of service work or worst case scenario, an emergency within the building, you simply turn off a SolarEdge solar system at the isolator and every panel on your roof is going to derate to 1 volt with the sun up in the sky. So the system is essentially completely dead. Panels are dead, the cable in the roof is dead, all the way down to the inverter, and that is also dead. So very safe for service technicians to work on, or electricians coming into the property doing further work. If you've got a string inverter and you need to do service work on the system and the sun is up, you still have up to a maximum 600 volts coursing through those panels, which can make it more difficult to work on. If you do work on them, you can actually damage those panels. Other problems could be if there is that emergency and you've turned your solar power system off and there's maybe a fire in the kitchen or something like that, those panels on the roof are still live, the cable that travels through the roof is still live, and you've still got live energy coursing even if you've turned the home off. If the sun is up, it doesn't matter. That power is still there. So increased safety is something that is really nice if you live in the hills and you've got risk of bushfire, if you've got concerns around worst case scenario might happen, and also, let's face it, if you want a system that is more energy efficient, it's nice to have a bit of extra safety involved as well. And finally, superior warranties. Warranties are excellent, and all systems will give you a reasonable warranty. SolarEdge is the longest. So SolarEdge will give you, on the optimizers that are fitted under your panel, they will give you a 25-year warranty. On the inverter, you will get a standard parts and labor warranty of 12 years. If you would like, you could increase that to 25 years. Your batteries are getting a 10-year warranty as well, so nice and long on that with unlimited cycles. Compared to string inverters, some popular string inverters that we see here in Australia, you're looking at a standard warranty with parts and labour of 5 years. Some offer a standard warranty of a 5+5. Now, what that means is that with SolarEdge, we're offering essentially a generation of support and labour costs all covered, so you don't need to put your hand in your pocket. When you compare that to popular string inverters, you might find that after 6 years you get a failure and all of a sudden you're being told that nope, it only covers, your warranty only covers parts for the first 5 years. Labour is something that you're going to put in your hand in your pocket for, and also the freight. So you could be looking at an expensive warranty claim when you feel that it might be free. It's actually going to be something that could be costing you. That won't happen with SolarEdge. SolarEdge is fully covered, parts and labour. SolarEdge are excellent in that way, and Solaire Connect are their service agent for all of the Solaire systems that we install. So that's a really great thing. Don't get too many issues with SolarEdge. If we ever did, it's easily monitored remotely, so we can see things like voltage at the grid, at the inverter, at the panels. Is there a particular panel that might have failed? So diagnosing remotely is very easy. We've got the tech support staff in our office that can diagnose all of those problems as well, meaning a seamless warranty transition for you, the consumer, and not putting your hand in your pocket. The other thing with SolarEdge is they've got a nice home integration, single vendor solution with inverters, optimizers, smart products like hot water diverters, smart switches. They have their EV charger, they have their own batteries, and next year I believe their new DC charger, bi-directional, is coming out as well. So a single vendor solution is always great when it comes to warranty on the products.